Hey guys, it's Claire, and finally I am making my Harry Potter ranking video. I've had this video idea planned since August and never did it because I wanted to go back and rewatch the films some more so I can get a permanent ranking. This list has changed so many times, but I think I'm finally happy with what I came up with. So for this list, I put my own personal bias aside and picked what was best cinematically, acting-wise, and all those other really important factors that need to go into a list like this. So my favorite is not at the top, for many obvious reasons that you will soon find out. Without further ado, here is the top 8 Harry Potter films.
HalfBlood Prince made a great use of cinematography and different uses of filming techniques, but this book-to-screen adaptation lost it for me. This is the most blatant left turn from the source material in all 8 films. The character development of many of the characters is slim to none, and the performances of some are lackluster. I love the Harry-Jenny storyline from the books, but this adaptation almost belittles Jenny's character and Bonnie Wright's ability as an actor. I mean, who ties someone's shoes because they like them? Come on. Goblet of Fire is personally my favorite of the Harry Potters to rewatch. I love the hype of the Triwizard Tournament and the introduction of Mad-Eye Moody's character, although we later learn that it's Barty Crouch Jr. under the disguise of Polyjuice Potion. But as a standalone film, a lot of plot points and writing or directing choices don't really make sense. From reading the book, we know that Victor was jealous of Harry because he was so close to Hermione, and that when they meet up in the Forbidden Forest, they have a genuine moment of trust right before Harry goes to find Dumbledore to tell him he found Barty Crouch. But the movie just skips over this narrative completely, so when Victor attacks the other champions in the maze, it makes no sense as to why Harry was adamant about him being controlled. We really needed this scene in particular to clear up that notion. The Chamber of Secrets was originally my least favorite of the films, but upon rewatching it, I gained an appreciation for it. It is the longest of the 8-part series and can be tough to sit through, but it was a great showcase of how close the trio had gotten since the first film. We also got to see more of the Weasleys, which is always a treat. Deathly Hallows Part 1 was brilliantly performed by the 3 leading characters. The performances were raw and believable, and I was lost in them. It's a really hard film to watch as many of the characters develop in a way that can be difficult to put into words. When the Death Eaters storm the Hogwarts Express, it's Neville who stands up to them, and says he doesn't know where Harry is. It is Neville, Luna, and Jenny who continue running Dumbledore's army on their own and convince the whole school that the trio will return and save them all. We see Fleur madly in love with Bill, which is a huge change from the independent and lively woman from a few films ago. We see Draco struggle even more with his choices, and he even stalls for Harry and his friends when Bellatrix is questioning them. We see Fred emotional for the first time in his life because he was faced with the fact that dark magic is real and they are not guaranteed tomorrow. I personally love Exhibition, so putting this one so far down on the list is killing me, but there are even better films in this franchise. Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a perfect ending to a fairly well-adapted story. The battle sequences were top-notch, and cutting back and forth between flashback and fight was brilliant, and a great use of storytelling. Snape's redemption was framed so beautifully, and Alan Rickman brought us a tragically haunting execution of a man who usually shows no emotion. The Sorcerer's Stone is definitely the most magical of the franchise. It was the first time the viewers see Hogwarts and fall in love with Hagrid, the Weasley twins, and of course Harry. We were able to assimilate ourselves into this magical world. Emma Watson demonstrates that she is Hermione Granger from the minute she gets in front of the camera. This film is so nostalgic and will go down in history as a classic, for sure. A lot of people are going to get mad when they see that Prisoner of Azkaban isn't number 1 on this list, but it is without a doubt the funnest of the films. The aspect of time travel is introduced in this series in a quite comedic and lovable way before being ruined in the play that shall not be named. We are introduced to Sirius Black and Lupin and the idea of conjuring a Patronus, And who doesn't love seeing Snape in that hat? Number 1 is by far Order of the Phoenix. Not only is this film cinematically the best, but it's in this film that we see Neville truly come into his own with the help of Dumbledore's army. We get introduced to Luna, Harry has his first relationship, and we get the Ginny we deserve. Dumbledore basically tells the Ministry to suck it, and that Cal Umbridge gets dragged away by centaurs. We also get a fantastic Order reunion in the Department of Mysteries. Personally, I think it's Dan's best performance of the series, and we also get an epic battle between Dumbledore and Voldemort.
And that is my list. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.